morning, what's a black grand national? Fuck being rational, give them what they ask for. It's not enough. Few solid niggas left, but it's not enough. Few bitches that are really step, but it's not enough. Say you bigger than myself, but it's not enough. I get on their ass. Yeah, somebody gotta do it. I made them niggas mad. Yeah, somebody gotta do it. I chase a G bag. Yeah, watch a nigga do it. We survived outside, all from the music, nigga. What? They like, what he on? This the Alpha and Omega, bitch. Welcome home. This is not a song. This is a revelation. How to get a nigga gone. I need you a man, baby. I don't understand, baby. Pay the bill and make you feel protected like I can, baby. Teach you something if you need correction. That's the plan, baby. Don't put your life in these weird niggas' hands, baby. Whoa! It's not enough. Few solid niggas left, but it's not enough. Few bitches that are really step, but it's not enough. Say you bigger than myself, but it's not enough. I get on their ass. Yeah, somebody gotta do it. I made them niggas mad. Yeah, somebody gotta do it. I take the G bag. Yeah, watch a nigga do it. We survived outside, all from the music, nigga. What? Hey, turn this TV off. Ain't with my type activities, then don't you get involved. Hey, look, I mean, shit I see it. Send them off. Take a risk or take a trip. You know I'm tripping for my dog. Who you with? Couple sergeants and routines for the get back. This revolution been televised. I fell through with the knickknacks. Hey, young nigga, get your chili up. Yeah, I meant that. Hey, black out. If they act out, yeah, I did that. Hey, what's up, though? I hate a bitch that's hating on a bitch and they both hoes. I hate a nigga hating on them niggas and they both broke. If you ain't coming for no chili, what you come for? Nigga feel like he entitled cause he knew me since a kid. Bitch, I cut my granny off and she don't see it how I see it. Got a big mouth, but he lack big ideas. Send him to the moon, that's just how I feel. Yeah, then it's not enough. Few solid niggas left, but it's not enough. Few bitches that are really step, but it's not enough. Say you bigger than myself, but it's not enough. Niggas acting bad, but somebody gotta do it. Got my foot up on the gas, but somebody gotta do it. Turn this TV off, turn this TV off. Turn this TV off, turn this TV off.
Day, nothing changes. All I want is a moment to think clearly, but thoughts come unrelenting, consuming every waking moment.
My desk, I don't like that.
Mind binds me,
I can still hear
and I
Kendrick.
can't escape. I shout for help when no one hears me. One day I feel I'll just disappear. Lost in this chaos, I'm searching for peace.
My bad if two songs were playing there. That shit gives me a headache. I don't like hearing two songs at the same time. So excuse me if that's what you heard. And if you didn't, what the fuck am I talking about? Jonathan Darrow. I'm here for the Raw Rewind. Is right. I'm not Tyler. There is no Molly here, unfortunately. If you came to see the dog, I apologize. The only dog here is me. but yeah, man, what's up? It's the WWE RAW Rewind presented by the Jersey Radio, JerseyRadio.com, comicbookclick.com, and I'm not here alone. Macklin, sir, what are you doing here?
Well, John, it's one of those 4 weeks out of the year that I am on vacation.
Mac Week! Mac Week!
Mac Week.
Mac Week! Let's fucking go. Let's
Yeah.
go. I'm excited though. I mean, I'm excited to talk about Raw with Mac this week because Mac was particularly bothered by having to sit through it. I thought it was just fine. I thought it was fine. It didn't bother me more than usual. It didn't impress me more than usual. I thought it was just fine. The Creed brothers had a great match with War Raiders. That was probably my little highlight of the night. But other than that, I thought it was alright. It was just what it was, run of the mill stuff. Did you have general thoughts on this show, man?
So I went into this show going, oh God, I gotta watch fucking maybe because on Netflix there's no like time limit now. I mean, they have a hard out at some time, but like the first Raw was almost like 4 hours, so I really haven't watched a full Raw at all because I just follow along with clips because I work 9 at night till 5 in the morning. So I just follow along on Twitter and when you're doing your awesome recaps on the show and stuff like that. But man, I think I started to get
Thank you.
genuinely annoyed with this show like right around the time that Jey Uso got attacked.
I but it wasn't that. It was how long was the show tonight? I feel like it finished around 7:30, which is about how long they've been going, 2.5 hours.
Yeah,
Uh,
it wasn't as bad because I didn't have to sit through another half hour. When I saw Julia come out and it was like 10 o'clock here, so 7 o'clock your time, I was like, okay, we're getting like a 12-minute main event. That's going to be bad, and the main event wasn't bad. But man, I like that Becky Lynch promo. Man, it made me hate professional wrestling. Like I didn't want to watch it anymore.
just
I
give up
wanted
on
to
this
take
sports.
I yeah, I wanted to take my TV off the wall and throw it into the dumpster like Ron from fucking Parks and Recreation. I was like, oh my god! I was like, what is this? I don't know. We'll talk about it, man. But like,
We will. I mean,
I
let's get
just
into the main event. We'll get into the
yeah
main event. We'll talk about the main event now because I actually thought it was. I thought it was okay. I thought it was gonna be better.
yeah.
I wanted it to be. I don't know why. I don't know why. I'm sorry. My expectations. I usually keep them leveled. I can grade WWE on a curve. People don't like that. Sorry. I mean, I understand. Like, because of the way I watch wrestling, I like the dance. But I know they don't dance like that on the fucking WWE show. So
Yep.
I try kind of take it for what it is. And I, for some reason, came into this main event like hoping that because it was in the main event spot, like they would give them a little more time and let them go a little bit harder. But it was just like a regular ass Raw match. The girls all looked nice. They all wrestled great. It was just it wasn't plotted to something overly dramatic like I kind of thought it was. It was like I thought it would be. It was just like boom, Io and Rhea are gonna these girls are not gonna take them to the limit. They're gonna give them a little problem, a little trouble. They're gonna get a little showcase time, and then they'll get run over, and we move on to Io and Rhea Ripley, which is about what it looked like happened tonight. Except they had a pretty decent match, and then Rhea Ripley and Io are posing while they because I don't know what it's called when they do that, like the winners pose, like why are they're just being presented
Hogan
as.
must pose, brother.
Anyway, then Rhea looks at the title because she touched it, she smelled it, and Io was like, "Oh, okay, bitch, we can do this shit." I fucking love Rhea. I love Io Sky. God damn it, I love Io Sky.
So
uh,
I thought I think I texted you yesterday and I said to you when this main event happened, I was like, oh, something's going to happen. Io's going to like hit Rhea Ripley by mistake and Ripley's going to walk out and she's going to get double teamed. And then this is going to lead to Oscar and Kyrie coming back. And I was wrong. And I hated to be wrong in this situation because this was a standard women's tag match in WWE. It wasn't anything blow away. And considering that you have four of the best women's wrestlers in the world in the same ring together, like I wanted some stardom shit with Io and Julia
Julia.
in that ring. I wanted the shit that happened with Jordan on NXT last week with Julia and Rio and Io because they know how to do it a lot better than Jordan does, who just looked like she was sloppy. But man, I was like, when I saw the graphic the other day, I was like, oh, okay, at least we're going to get maybe 2-3 minutes of Io and Julia. And then when we got it, it was just a series of reversals and them wrestling the WWE style. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, that's right. Julia's on the main roster now. That's right.
It's you know what it is what it is like with the main roster stuff because Julia goes and she hits a fucking beautiful ass butterfly suplex off the top rope, hits a Northern Lights bomb in the ring, and
Yep.
one, the audience doesn't appreciate it. That
Nope.
sucks. Two, the fucking commentary doesn't know what the moves are. Oh, Julia with a beautiful move. Oh, she's trying to end it there. It's like,
What a
damn, bro.
maneuver.
But essentially, what a maneuver is happening. It's like, damn, bro, this stinks. I don't. But that's because again, that's because of the way I watch wrestling, right? I like wrestling. I love to see wrestlers wrestle. I love when the commentary acknowledges the wrestling and we know what moves are going on. And I know that that's just not going to happen in WWE. That's just the way they tell the story. But sometimes it's so glaringly fucking obvious and in my face that I want to punch it. I want to hit it.
WWE fans tend to react to entrances and finishes. That's it.
That sucks. No, you're right though. You're absolutely right, and that's just the way they've been trained. And it's not like It's not like I blame
I
them.
can't blame them.
It's not like I blame them, but yeah, it is what it is, man. If but I thought that, like I said, I thought Smash it wasn't bad. There was nothing wrong with it. They wrestled, they did their thing. Roxanne looks great. Like she looks great. She is really coming into herself as a wrestler. It's she's gonna do fucking great on the main roster, I think. Io Sky, of course, probably like the surprise, and it's nuts because to say this about Io Sky, who I think has been one of the best wrestlers on the planet for a fucking decade, to say that this is her breakout year, but it suddenly out of nowhere became that. And it's like I don't know what happened. Triple H has always had a good thing for Io Sky. Triple H loves Japanese women's wrestlers, and I assume Japanese women's wrestling. It's like
Yeah.
I assume. I don't want to say yes for sure, and it turns out he don't watch that shit. He just likes the way they look in clips.
But you
But
know what the
no.
thing? You know what I think the glaring thing is, John, is that Io Sky and Rhea Ripley, had a 5-star match at WrestleMania. Of course, Bianca Belair was there. Can't forget about Bianca. She's one of the best female wrestlers on the planet right now as well. But then when you regress from a 5-star match to just like just this, it's just kind of like they're capable of so much more. Just let them go.
Well, I don't want to like. I don't want to. I know that they won't. That's just the way it is. Like it's a
Yeah,
regular TV, so you're
yeah,
not gonna put your body on the line for a regular television show. You're not
yeah,
gonna go 100 miles an hour. You're going 65 miles an hour, and that's
yeah.
just the way things are. But sometimes I let my hopes get a little bit too high. You know, I know too much inside baseball. It's my fault. But I wanted to address Bobby Hill right here. He said, question, why isn't WWE pushing Karrion Cross despite fans clamoring for him and him being number one in t-shirt merch sales? I thought the Fed rewards those with good merch sales like that insufferable yeet man. Uh, I I I think it's
John,
just
don't let your
hit a
personal bias get in the way.
no, that's what I'm trying to address it as objectively as possible. Karrion Cross
Yeah,
is over. Karrion Cross, the fans love him. He cut that promo, and they feel like he's somebody they should get behind because he isn't getting enough. Like you said, just like you asking right now, like why are they pushing him? Why are they pushing him? Why are they pushing him? I think they want to cultivate that feeling. I think they want people to feel that way, and also there's just you can't just put somebody on television like immediately because they have so many things intertwined and going on that they have planned for months in advance that you kind of have to wait for your turn. And it sucks because you would hope that maybe they would give him a little more presence on the show since there's no time limit on Netflix. Like why? Maybe he's on the international stuff. Like, did he do a promo in between the commercial?
he was
Looks like
on.
he
So there's
wrestled
a
on main
thing.
event. Hey,
He
look
was
at
on main
this.
event
Yeah,
like a week ago where he got a really good
look
crowd reaction. But you also got to understand that he was the
this
first
week too.
match. He was the first match. Oh, nice. But he was the first match on that show. So the crowd knew that the show was starting, so they would have cheered anybody in that spot. But that's pretty
Again,
cool.
he's on main event, so I
Yeah,
feel like he's not fired. And they did let him cut that promo, and
yeah.
it got over. So like when they put you in that position, they want to see the reaction to it, and the reaction was good. I can't imagine that they're not going to do anything. You know, like I and on top of that, he was involved with AJ, and they kind of disappeared though. That's really weird. I don't I don't know why like he was already on television. So I
This
don't know what happened to make him fall back off.
this reeks
But
of Ms. 2018 talking smack with Daniel Bryan to me. Like, yeah, it was a great promo, but that Miz promo didn't lead to really anything either. It led to maybe like a
oh,
three
here he
week,
is.
Bryan feud when he came back. Yeah, but
He was backstage on the background of Raw talking to the New Day.
holding up his
He
number one
was
subbing
on
shirt.
Raw. He was on Raw in the background tonight
Yeah,
behind Becky Lynch.
yeah.
People saying he's going to be a future world champion. Like fuck. I'm a hater. I'm a hater. I'm hating. They're gonna talk shit. I'm not a big Karrion Cross guy. I think
I'm
he's
not either.
fine. Like I think he's I think he's fine. But then that's because it's what I said. Like I really like wrestling, and I don't think Karrion Cross is that good of a wrestler.
Mm.
Maybe he'll have a banging ass WWE match with somebody that I didn't expect him to, and he'll completely win me over. That's what happens. That's kind of all it takes sometimes. Just one good ass performance, and I'm like, let's see that again. So they,
But you know what the thing?
I've got my mind open, is what I'm saying. I'm not closed off to the idea that I could be a Karrion Cross fan in the future. I like the promo. I like his character. This idea that he's like devil on people's shoulders and shit. I liked what he was saying with AJ Styles when he was like, "You got to beat this Logan Paul guy because you represent all of us." And then he tries to help AJ, and he fucking gets screwed over. And you would think that immediately leads to a program with AJ Styles. But AJ moved the fuck on without him, and Karrion Cross is in the background. So that's a little weird, and that makes me wonder, like, what is going on there? Is it like a? I didn't think we were still in the Vince era of, oh, you're getting over without my permission. Shut that shit the fuck down, type deal. I don't. I hope that's not the case. I don't think that's the case though. I think Triple H is smarter than that. Just, like I said earlier, I think they're trying to cultivate the feeling of this guy's not getting what he's worth, so that when they give it to him, people will really, really, really take to it. That's my
Do you
take.
do you remember when he was in NXT and he wrestled in that 5-way that had like Pete Dunne, Johnny Gargano, and Ciampa in it and everything, and he won that? People were like, "What the hell is he doing winning that match? He's a main roster wrestler. He wrestles in the main roster." And when he got to the main roster, they just didn't do anything with him.
That was a Vince era. The
Yeah.
Vince era.
But I mean,
Uh,
he's been getting the he wrestles the WWE main roster style since he was in fucking TNA.
he does. He does. But I mean, let's shit. That's what I mean. Like that's what I'm saying. Like maybe he'll have a really good WWE match with somebody because he does wrestle in that style. So like
Yeah.
I mean, and when I know there's a wrestler somewhere going, "What's the WWE style?" Man, fuck you. You know exactly what I'm talking about. They have a slowed down, more calculated, more fucking controlled style of wrestling on their TV show, and don't act like they don't. Don't sit there and play with me in my face like they don't. Yes, some wrestlers are able to get more out of it than other wrestlers are, and I think that fucking Karrion Cross will be able to get a lot out of this more controlled WWE main roster style. That's what I'm saying. If you don't like that, eat my dick. It's true. I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you about
There's your clip, John.
that. But we can cut back to the beginning of Raw. We can talk about CM Punk opening the show, a little Sabu tribute. That was cool.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody paying tribute to Sabu tonight because yeah, man, we lost a fucking goat, like an actual legend. We lost a full on legend, Sabu.
Terry
Um,
Brunk.
just a couple of weeks after the match with Joey Janela
Mm.
that has now come under a little bit of controversy. We'll talk about that on Wednesday. We'll talk about
Yeah.
that on the She Radio.
I'll be here too.
It's a conversation to be had. Join us this week on Wednesday night, or maybe when you wake up Thursday, you can listen to it on demand. We're going to talk about the Sabu's passing and now the controversy around the things that Joey Janela said in the interview with Yahoo Sports that have now brought him under fire. But like we said, we paid tribute to Sabu with a graphic in the top of the show. CM Punk also paid tribute. Karrion Cross paid tribute. WWE did a segment in the middle of the show where Michael Cole and Pat McAfee narrated a bit of a slideshow with Sabu in Sabu's memory to like a sad piano thing in the background. And so yeah, they did pay tribute, and I thought more than WWE usually does for like legends that spend a lot of time on their TV. And Sabu didn't spend like that much time on their television. Like he's more known for his ECW time than the. He had a couple appearances in WWF early on, like as a jobber, and then he had some mid '90s ones when ECW did their relationship with WWE, and then the fucking mid 2000s run was this what like 2006 to 2008.
Yeah,
Uh,
he had a cup of coffee in WCW in like 94, 95 as well.
So they did pay. I thought a decent amount of tribute to him, and we'll see what AW does on Wednesday too. I like to see tributes from these companies. Bobby Hill says, "What is your opinion on the women's tag titles? Should they be disbanded and replaced with another single title?" Goodness, no.
No more titles.
They're just figuring out what to do with the Intercontinental one. Let them. They should just probably just try to figure out what to do with the women's tag titles instead of like changing them or doing anything to them. But yeah, CM Punk opens Raw with a promo that I'm desperately looking for my recap of. I have it here. Basically, he comes out and he says he shouldn't have trusted Paul Heyman because they had a relationship and he fucking betrayed him in the past. He busted him over the head with a ladder. He needed stitches. He's referring to Money in the Bank 2013. Paul Heyman turns on CM Punk, stays with his guy, Brock Lesnar, headed into that SummerSlam match. That was like the last good WWE CM Punk match before he uh, got the fuck out of there for 10 years. But yeah, he's interrupted by Seth Rollins, Paul Heyman, and Braun Breaker, the Deadly Alliance. Not they didn't call them that, but they are. They're the new Deadly Alliance. Shut up. I guess he's not Paul E. Dangerous Alliance. I said Deadly Alliance. Jesus.
Yeah. I
Dangerous.
might take issue with you with that last good match with Lesnar. He did have that match with Cena on Raw right before WrestleMania.
Yeah, but that was before.
Was that
That
before?
was earlier in the year. Yeah, that was in like
Oh, that's right. You're right. Yep, you're right.
yeah. The Lesnar one is like August, and then
Yeah, you're right.
he has like a tag run with Bryan Danielson. And they're like the Flying Goats or whatever. I don't remember what the fuck they called
Yeah.
themselves. They had a T-shirt.
So did Y2AJ.
Yeah, right. But yeah, they're interrupted by Heyman, Rollins, and Breaker. And Rollins says, "You son of a bitch, you annoying, whiny motherfucker." Essentially, he says that. But
Yep.
he says, if I didn't hate you enough, you went and cost me the world championship. And Punk says, as long as he's standing, Rollins will never be world champion. So Rollins says, CM Punk, you love to play the victim and you love to act like a martyr. I can make that happen for you. And he lets Braun Breaker off the leash. And they go down to the ring. And they beat CM Punk's ass for a little bit. Sami Zayn comes out to help. They beat his ass too. Jey Uso comes out, and they've got the numbers. They've got 3 chairs. People were making a big deal about Sami Zayn standing behind CM Punk with the chair. This fucking chair thing. It was subtle and it was cool when they did it at WrestleMania with Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns. And I was like, damn, why did we keep doing this thing? Why is this the only fucking plot point we know? Anyway, Sami Zayn was standing behind CM Punk with the chair in an awkward position. And they've got I guess we'll talk about it now. They had a segment later in the night where it's announced that Sami Zayn and CM Punk are going to team up against Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker at Saturday night's main event. And Sami Zayn is talking to CM Punk, and he's like, "Hey, bro, we're gonna be okay, right? We're good, right?" And Punk is like, "Yeah, are we good?" And so it's like a fucking question now. And I'm like, "Will they? Won't they?" Which came out of nowhere.
Well,
Like,
Punk kind of said like, I don't know, I don't really trust anybody right now. And Sammy kind of just
"Oh
basically said
my
like, oh, are you kidding me? Like, come on, dude.
god." That's what I'm saying. Like, you whiny ass bitch. Like, just get over yourself and let's get this shit over with. What are you
Yeah,
doing? Oh, I don't trust anybody right now. But when fucking Roman comes back, you're gonna trust his ass, right?
yeah.
Kill me. So yeah, we did this CM Punk opening segment. It ends with the baby faces clearing the ring and the fucking heels scurrying back. So what'd you think of this, Mac?
It was a typical WWE promo. It was a means to an end. They needed to get to Sammy, and they needed to get to Sammy and Punk versus Breaker and Rollins. Not like they couldn't have done it without this, promo. They could have done it basically based on last week, but just added a little spice to the segment. But the thing I didn't like was it seemed like Rollins and Breaker but like they were manhandling like these 3 guys before the chairs came into play, before Sammy got the chair and Punk got the chair and they came in the ring. It was like they did a good job. Like if they want to establish like Rollins and Breaker as like a really good
They
faction,
strong. They
Yeah,
strong.
like having them take on three guys and get the advantage until until the one of the guys gets a chair and they have to bail. That's great because it didn't make Rollins and Breakker look weak here because they were holding their own against three guys. So I thought it was good. I thought it accomplished what it needed to accomplish. But that's all I'll
Word.
say.
Word life. No.
Word life.
Word. We followed that up with Pentagon. Penta El Cero Miedo. Pentagon Jr. All the Pentas versus Chad Gable. I had a fun time. I had a fun time with this match. Did I not
Yeah.
put a graphic up for this? Yes, I did. It's right here. Boom, baby. Penta defeated Chad Gable. Real fun back and forth. Chad
Yeah.
Gable, I like to see him wrestle two different styles. That's really cool. I don't know how many people notice that he's doing that.
Yeah.
Even though he kind of slipped up a little bit, he hit a flying ass headbutt. I was like, what the fuck? He hit a whole ass flying headbutt. I was like, relax. You don't got the man on. That's
Yeah.
also subtle. That could be like his little hint to you that, oh, wait, it's slipping. I am a Grand Americano. Even
Well, that
though
was like
everybody
when he was
knows.
backstage last week and Chad and Adam Pearce goes, "Hey, Americano," and Chad Gable turned around and was like, "Oh, he's not here." Like a kind of
That's good. That's good. But I'm trying to find. It was really cool. They work really well together, and people. I said this on the Backlash show. People get really mad about the Chad Gable Grand Americano gimmick, but I like it. I like it. He's supposed to be annoying. Like he's supposed to be a white guy dressed as a luchador and disrespecting the culture. Like that's the fucking
yeah.
point. Why are you get so mad and caught up? And people think they're so above wrestling, like you're not caught up in the story, and then you're actually mad at the thing they want you to be mad at, and then you don't like it. But that's the point of this. It's supposed to make you feel emotions. Like, why are you being a bitch? It's a
Well,
good
I think
story.
we were talking about it the other day that there was a report that came out. I think it was God, I can't remember who it was now, but if you're listening, credit yourself. That there was a the end result is probably going to be Penta and El Grande Americano in a mask versus mask match. Now, the initial report said SummerSlam, but that's August 2nd. That's still 3 months away. But then they did follow up by saying, but WWE is discussing having it even sooner, possibly Money in the Bank. But I mean, having a mask versus mask match, pulling it off and it being Chad Gable and everybody going, oh, it will be fun. And plus, Penta and Chad Gable just had a banger ass match on TV. So imagine if they get like 12, 13 minutes on pay per view, how what they can do. So I'm looking forward to that.
I think I would like to see it happen at a AAA show. Like, take that thing,
In
take this,
Mexico, oh man,
take it all the way, have the match in Mexico. Like they don't. I don't think they would ever do that because it's like, what our money's going over there. But like, it's you now, right? So wouldn't you be able to take the profits in? I don't know how it works. I don't own a business like
yeah,
that. I've never acquired another business. I don't know how it works when the other business makes money. Like, how does it go into your bank account? Like, did we
yeah,
establish that? Anyway, I would have done it in Mexico. I think that's really cool. But you also got to do it no disqualification and get some crazy shit in there and
yeah,
make it like a real lucha mask versus mask match where they try to kill each other.
yeah,
Awesome. Again, I temper my expectations because this is a WWE show, and I don't want to be
yeah,
disappointed when that doesn't happen, and it's a normal ass match. But
yeah.
but
But
shit,
but before this match, you forgot to mention that Pat McAfee just came out. Like he, right before they were about to
that's right.
lock up, Pat McAfee came out and he took a seat and explained that it was delayed because he was getting cleared in the back to return to commentary, which I don't
Ever the
really
drama queen.
I don't understand. Like you have to get cleared to talk. Okay, buddy.
I thought the same thing. He was like, "Medical cleared me to be out here to do what? Sit down and talk? What the fuck are
Yeah,
you talking about?"
yeah.
He says he got it's probably later in the show, but might as well put the Matt McAfee shit to. He says that Gunther chopped him in the chest so hard that he burst an eye vessel.
Ugh.
Jesus Christ,
Yeah,
that's horrifying.
yeah.
He showed it off, and it's like nasty stuff. But Listen, good on Pat for getting in the ring and doing that stuff and living out the dream. I'm not gonna be like, Pat, you're so brave. He's doing exactly what the fuck everybody wants to do. Like, I want Gunther to chop me so hard my eyeball pops. What the fuck? I want that. Anyway, yeah,
But
we
yeah,
followed that shit up.
what did you think of the finish, John,
No, I
with
was
the
gonna say,
Mexican Destroyer?
I thought it was fine. I saw people mad. They like people didn't like that because it's been a signature all this time, and he's using it in
Yeah.
a finish. Chad Gable now. How else do you establish these moves if they don't win matches sometimes? Like
What is his
like
finish? Is it
the Penta
the
driver.
J, the JML driver? Yeah. Okay, the Penta
Yeah,
driver.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a made in Japan.
Yeah. It's kind of like
Yeah, yeah.
Dragon Lee has the Destino.
Yeah, it's exactly that.
Yeah.
Um, so we followed this matchup with a, like I said, the Pat McAfee segment, and then the Creed Bros versus the War Raiders with New Day at commentary. New Day is funny as fuck. They attack the War Raiders so that they wouldn't like become number one contenders because they're like, fuck that. These guys are real big. But I would like that to cost them. I wish the Creed Bros would take the titles now because like that would be funny as fuck. Like we thought we got rid of the threat, and the threat ended up being these two young men. Like that would be cool. But I don't think it's time. Like the New Day story hasn't really come to a place where it should end. I don't
Yeah.
know if they're doing anything important, so it's probably not going to happen that way. But it would be funny if it did. I think I said earlier, it's a good, really good physical match. What did you think of this?
I thought it was good, man. I like see. I mean, I'm an old school like Hanson and Rowe ROH, fan of the War Raiders, and when they were War Machine. I mean, they're just fantastic. You would look at they're two type of guys that you look at and go, oh, they're not going to be good professional wrestlers, and then they're flipping and jumping and flying all over the places and stuff, And when you put them up against guys who can equal their strength like the Creed brothers, it's like it's just a recipe for a great meal. And this was like the whole show to me was like a shit sandwich, but this was kind of like potato salad in the middle of it, and I really
Disgusting.
enjoyed it. Yeah, I know. I thought it was really good. I mean, New Day out there when they were coming out for commentary, I was like, okay, they're going to screw War Raiders. They're talking on commentary about how Ivar and Eric haven't been getting along, and they're showing cracks, and in their team and everything. And I was like, oh, they're getting screwed. The Creed brothers are going to win, but the way they got there was good. I liked it.
Later on in the night, the New Day's plan failed when Adam Pierce created a triple threat match for the World Tag Team
Um,
Championships.
Before this match, though, we got Dominic Mysterio on the phone with Liv Morgan, who says that she's doing great, but confused him by saying good morning, to which JD asks if he's ever heard of time zones before. And Dom shrugs and says it doesn't matter and kind of shrugs it off. And he confronted Finn Balor about not being very helpful at Backlash and being very slow with getting that chair. Balor says, all's well that ends well. You've still got the title. And he's going to take care of AJ tonight. Mysterio accepts this, and then the rest of the Judgment Day explain the rotation of the Earth to Dominic while it fades away.
Finn Balor is pulling some sneaky stuff.
Yeah.
That man has been chatting it up with Roxanne Perez backstage 2 weeks in a row in the background. Sneaky, sneaky. We'll see where that goes. Roxanne does dress like a Judgment Day member. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I know she
She
does. Yeah. Dude, you know what's funny? During that main event, like it's obvious who Rhea and who Roxanne is, but at times, like I was looking at my phone, I look back up at the screen and I go, oh, oh no, that's Roxanne. Never mind.
it's that's probably why wrestlers shouldn't be wearing the same colors
Yeah.
backstage. I mean,
Yeah.
during matches, like you want them to wear different colors like a video game, but whenever color theory doesn't exist in wrestling, it doesn't matter. I won't get mad about it.
So after the Creed match. We're backstage with Paul Heyman, Seth Rollins, and Braun Breaker. Rollins tells Breaker that Punk and Zayn probably think they got one up on them, and maybe feel like they're even winning, but they have no idea what all three of them are capable of. He tells Braun that he's got one more thing that he wants to do, and Seth whispers it in his ear, and he says, "Have some fun." And that goes to Adam Pearce
He's bringing
finishing
a
chatting
gun.
with main event. What's that, buddy?
He's gonna bring a gun.
Oh. And then right after that, they show Adam Pearce. He's finishing a chat with main event Jey Uso, who is up next.
Adam Pearce
Yeah.
says, "I'm sorry, I don't want you to find out there, so I'm telling you here." And then we don't know what he says, and we'll
Yeah.
find out
Yep.
just a little bit. Jey Uso walks out here, main event. Jey Uso does the whole fucking entrance, and then they wait, and the
Jingling
crowd
keys in
asks
front of
for
a baby.
encore. I know. I'm not trying to be mean to them, but damn, it's the fucking listen. He's over as fuck. They like it. I like it
Listen, they're
too, man. I
having
catch
fun,
myself.
man.
I'm yeeting, man. I'm having fun. I'm yeeting all over the place.
Yeah.
He comes out. They do the one more time. The crowd is all happy to see that shit again, and he does it again. And he starts talking shit about Logan Paul, and then Gunther brings his ass out, and
Gunter.
I was excited. I got a pop out of me. I was like, I didn't expect this.
Yeah.
He was like, I stopped fucking around with the commentary shit, and I'm here for my world title.
Yeah.
So I'm looking for my world championship. I want it back. And God, it would be the funniest thing on earth if he just won it back. But that's not generally how wrestling works.
What did
In
I
the
say in the group
WWE,
chat that Jey Uso looks like he's a fan wearing a commemorative belt?
it feels like that. If you're not a Jey Uso fan, one, he feels like a cosplay champion to you, and two, the blue fucking side plates suck
They
on
don't
this
mesh.
title.
Yeah. They don't mesh.
They took his side plates from the Intercontinental Championship and just put them here.
Yeah.
No respect for this guy at all.
Yeah.
Anyway, and I'm not even a big Jey Uso fan. I'm just like, damn, he looks like he's wearing a toy. But
Yeah.
yeah, Gunther comes out and he says, "Ha ha ha! This is funny as fuck. I don't care though. Whoever wins between you and Logan Paul gets to hand me my world championship on June 9th on Raw, not the pay per view." That doesn't bode well for old Gunther. does it?
No. But he did say, "I hope it is you, Jay." So, but hey, I mean, I don't think Gunther's winning the world title anytime soon. If the rumors are true that Goldberg is going to be showing up very soon.
Goldberg's going to cost Gunther the world championship.
Yeah.
That would be a dick move.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't think anybody really remembers that kind of confrontation that they had. I mean, it was very brief and not memorable. So, I don't know.
I don't see. I don't actually see that happening. But they when Gunther shook Pat McAfee's hand, I thought like, are we doing like a turn of some sort? But he just
Well,
came
he
out.
didn't
And he
shake
was
his
like,
hand. He tipped his hat, kind of.
oh yeah, he just gave him respect. Like,
He just went
hey,
like this. Yeah.
yeah. I felt like, what are we doing here? But yeah, no, he's back to being Gunther, our ring general, complete mercenary. And I'm
Yeah, he
down,
said
man.
that.
Fuck it.
Yeah, he said he hoped that Jays wins because he'd love nothing more to get in the ring with him, outclass him, and remind him why he's in the place that he is. Jey Uso, I guess getting serious, takes his glasses off and says that his place is world champion. His place is running this place, and he's going to handle the YouTuber and then get back, and he'll get back at the ring general the same way that he did at WrestleMania.
I like this thing that Triple H does where he starts the feud before this one's over. Like, you know, generally in wrestling, especially Vince McMahon era, pay per view build, pay per view match, then we start the new build on the Raw. But we're doing this thing now where where we're like start the build for the next contender while this contender is still building to the pay per view, and it gives it a couple extra weeks. First of all, especially when it's only on June 9th. And it adds like a layer of who's gonna win the title when Gunther feuds with both guys. Like when he comes out and has his confrontation with Logan Paul now, it's gonna make you feel like, does Logan Paul actually have a chance? it's a cool new layer that Triple H and his team do that Vince didn't do before. I like that they do that. At
Yeah.
first, when they first did it, I was worried, like, are we just giving away, like, when you do this, do you just give away the result of the match? Because, like, oh, or like it has to be Gunther versus Jey Uso, right? But no, like next week or whenever Gunther has that moment with Logan Paul, it'll also feel like that could possibly be the match, and that kind of like adds a layer of weight to that idea that maybe Logan Paul can do it, even though most smart wrestling fans are like,
Yeah.
it's not gonna happen.
John, can you handle your son, please? For the love of God.
What's that?
You see his? Do you see his comment?
Shit, I did not.
Handle this.
He's right. It's actually, I can't agree more. That's what That's what every fucking middle of so far every 9 o'clock segment of Monday Night Raw since Jey Uso has become champion.
I know, God.
Uh, he doesn't get to much, does he?
No,
He
middle of the
hasn't.
card. Jey Uso is now in your city.
He main evented against Jeff Rollins, right? He defended the title,
Who's
and
going to main event Saturday night's main event? Is it going to be the tag match or him?
tag match.
Yeah, I think so too.
Fucking main eventer. Bobby says, "Who do you see as a potential Money in the Bank contenders for this year's Men and the Women? Wild choices and safe bets."
Naomi for women.
I imagine that it'll be the top field of wrestlers that you see on TV every week.
Yeah, I'd say Naomi's a really good choice right now for women's Money in the Bank.
I'd like it to be somebody who doesn't have the momentum, but I don't like the way WWE does the fucking Money in the Bank. They give you the suitcase and then they kill your momentum so that it can be a surprise when you fucking do it. Like, why? What the fuck is that? I want it to be a pitch. I want it to be at a boiling point when you finally cash in. I want a wrestler to be so fucking hot that you're like, you need him to cash in. These people are.
They did that with Tiffany, though.
They did.
It was
Fucking.
well,
It
she was threatening to
it was
cash in like every other week, and then finally it came to a boiling point, and the crowd went fucking crazy that night, dude.
They generally go crazy for most cash-ins, but like that's what they're counting on. I don't want to
Yeah,
count on just going crazy for the cash-in. I want it to be at a point where, like, almost like Edge, like Edge. His momentum was kind of it was definitely going up, but
but
it's a
I
whole other
mean,
podcast.
what they did with Drew last year kind of like killed the Money in the Bank for the men for me. You know,
Oh God, this fucking headline says Jey Uso yeeting on a young fan, and I was like, what? That
what?
should be a charge. This should be that should be against the law. You can't yeet on children.
So
Anyway, the next segment was backstage. Jey Uso is walking away from this promo that he just cut, and Braun Breaker just cuts his ass in half. Bam, 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 like a fucking truck. He's dead.
but wait a
Uh,
minute, no, it was Ludwig Kaiser getting interviewed,
oh,
right?
he was cutting a. I forgot he was getting an interview, and he doesn't
Yeah,
get
and
these very
dude,
much.
Kathy Kelly just flat out said the quiet part loud, where she was like, "Yeah, you've been doing a lot of talking and not a lot of wrestling lately. Like, what the fuck is up with that?" And then the fucking you hear like a pipe drop, and then Jey Uso's just dead on the floor.
Dead. Next week, Braun Breaker versus Jey Uso, no world title on the line, but they be fighting. We'll see what
I
comes from
cut a
that.
promo about how Roxanne and Giulia are learning the same lesson that Rhea Ripley and Belair learned at WrestleMania. I was like, "Oh fuck."
I will actually jump in front of traffic if LA Knight wins the Money in the Bank briefcase.
Oh
I'm
god,
sorry.
yeah, no.
I'm sorry, Bobby. I
Well,
don't. I
his time was
also I'm
last
not.
2 years ago, and it didn't happen.
I'm fucking right into traffic, and I'm putting LA Knight in the note. Fucking no, but yeah. So like you
Sabu
said,
Memorial
Io,
too.
Io cut that promo. We got the Sabu Memorial, and then AJ Styles versus Finn Balor, which WWE loves to play it off like these guys were Bullet Club brethren, but yet they were very far apart. I mean, not very far apart,
Well,
like months apart. Months apart.
on the night that AJ debuted.
It wasn't. Wait. They didn't even have a picture together.
No, literally, Balor left. He left that night to go to WWE, and then AJ attacked Okada at the end of the night.
Balor doesn't get kicked out though, right? Balor has the
No,
match with
Balor left. No, Balor.
Taguchi.
Nope. Yeah, he beat Taguchi. Beat him. He was dressed up in that black demon.
Yeah, yeah.
Taguchi beat him. He came out of the casket. Taguchi beat him, and he just left. And then the Bullet Club didn't have a leader for like an hour. Then Okada won the main event, and AJ Styles came out in a hood as Bad Luck Fale was in the ring with Okada.
I see this match. I think people say this match was bad. It wasn't bad. It was
It
AJ
wasn't bad.
Styles and Finn Balor.
Yeah. What did I say to you
Uh,
in the group chat, John?
What? Imagine if it had been in any other company. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
AEW ring would have been
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
But like I said, you go in with these WWE expectations and you don't get
Yeah.
very disappointed.
I
I
forgot
think
this
they're
match
pretty
was
good.
even happening.
There was a spot, fucking fast, quick Styles Clash that scared the shit out of me.
I know, I saw that.
I thought Finn Balor was dead, right? He was like, oh, yoink! I thought he fell. I thought AJ fell. I was like, oh my god, he's gonna break his neck. But
Yeah.
he hit the Styles Clash. Balor kicked out of the Styles Clash. I was like, oh, whoa,
That's
whoa.
just a transition.
Oh, this is what we do now.
Yeah.
AJ's getting kicked out of, and Osprey's finishing people with it. They've switched.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
So Judgment Day comes out to run interference, but they are thwarted by Penta. Penta's out
Smooth
here.
operator.
Smooth operator. Hang him high, your boy. He's
Yeah.
cool. He follows Dershi Radio. Anybody who follows Dershi Radio is cool with me.
Yep.
But yeah, man,
Homicide.
good. Next week, um, AJ Styles will team with Pentagon versus Finn Balor and JD McDonald's.
Mick,
Carlito.
don't Google me.
This just reminded me of Carlito earlier in the night. In that him backstage, him in the background with Raquel Rodriguez is just the funniest shit.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe we can go to lunch and you pay for it on your card. I'll pay you back. Fucking guy. Good shit. Bobby said, "When's the
Bobby
last
wants to
time
know.
Finn won a singles match?"
You know what?
Dude,
Talk,
let's look
John.
that
I
up,
actually
man.
want to look. I actually want
Yeah,
to look
okay.
for that.
It can't be that long ago. I don't like that he's fallen into this. I All right. There's one part of me that doesn't like that this is what he is now, but another part of me is like, you knew what it was, brother. You had a chance to leave very recently and
Yep.
go be better, get better placement on television shows elsewhere, and you decided that the financial security was more important. And so I don't feel bad because this is what he wanted.
Mm-hmm.
This is what he wanted. So he doesn't care if he's losing or whatever. He's got his fucking banging ass hot wife. She's got Fox News money, Fox Sports money. Like, they got money together. He's not worried about this shit. So if he's not worried
Dude.
about it, what the fuck do I get off getting on the internet being like, Finn Balor should win? Like, fuck, you had an opportunity to go, bro. You chose this. Enjoy it.
Okay, so I'm looking at singles matches right now, and I'm all the way back in November, and he still hasn't won. Man, it's been a long fucking time. Gunther defeats Finn Balor on July 29th, 2024, and I am almost 200% positive that he has not won a match, lost to Rey Mysterio, lost to AJ Styles, but he had the tag titles a long time, so it's been a long time. I can't even see it here.
Oh, that's a good. We'll really need to find that because that's a good stat.
Yeah,
That's a great
yeah.
stat.
You keep going. I'll look sporadically.
All right, so we followed this matchup with nothing because we talked about no. We got this Becky Lynch promo. Becky Lynch
God,
comes out
fucking kill me.
and all right. I actually like Becky Lynch. I think she's a good promo, and I don't think it's all demand the way some people kind of like to act like it is. But tonight she comes out and she gets a promo, a delusional heel promo. I like the beginning of it, and she's like, I didn't fucking lose. Lyra lost because she's the one who had to be in the hospital, not me. Like, all right, you got a point there, Becky.
Broke her
And
nose.
so Becky, then she starts berating the audience. It's a you people promo, you people, you people, you people. But then essentially that's just a wrestling trope. Like I don't, I'm not like. I think the thing is that we were hearing John Cena do it on the same cycle of television, so it's like kind of redundant
Yeah.
to see Becky Lynch do the same thing. So she
Yeah.
comes out and I don't know where this came from either because we already got explanation for her heel motivation. Why is she giving us more motivation? Like, what is this exposition for? Like, what do we need to hear this for?
Do
What
you
was the
think
point
this
of
might
this?
have been? Do you think this might have been something with Lyra if Lyra wasn't in the was medically cleared? Do you think they would have had maybe like a pull
Is
apart
that
brawl or something?
is that a shoot? She really broke
I
her
think she
nose?
might have hurt her. I think she hurt her nose because even she was holding her nose even when she pinned Becky. Because I was like, that is a pin that requires two hands, but she had only one hand around Becky's leg and the other one she was holding her nose. And as
Okay,
Becky was kicking and punching her after the match, she was holding her
she's
nose
still
as
holding
well.
her nose.
Yeah,
Okay, that's she was protecting her face. So then that makes sense. But then that kind of sucks for Becky because then you were kind of expected to go out there and do something of substance, and she came out there and that's what we got. That kind of stinks. But she cuts this promo and she says that people say all these things about her that she's selfish and that she is cutthroat and that she's essentially addressing the Becky Hogan stuff.
yeah,
And she's saying that if that's what the people want, the people were behind her. And she said they got to WrestleMania, she won the title, and what happened? All of a sudden, nobody's here. It's because you can't relate to her anymore. She's not a loser. She's a winner. She's won a championship. You can't relate to success.
that's a good
Uh,
line.
and I was like, damn, that was good. But
Yeah,
again, it was like we're already hearing this from John Cena, who's also doing it kind of every week, and it's also like, maybe we should turn the page on this. so so yeah, she does mention Lyra a couple times, and it feels like we're not quite done with Becky Lynch versus Lyra, even though at the end of
no,
the
I don't
promo
think
she
I
kind of
think we
made
get
it
some
seem
sort
like
of gimmick match soon.
yeah, for sure, for sure. And
Yeah.
I'm down. I'm down.
So,
I'm
John, I
down.
just searched very thoroughly, and if anybody wants to prove me wrong, they can. But the last time Finn Balor won a singles match was WWE Friday Night SmackDown on September 15th, 2023. He beat AJ
What?
Styles in 8 minutes and 48 seconds.
Since September what?
September 15th, 2023, WWE Friday Night SmackDown number 1256 from the Ball Arena in Denver, Colorado. Finn Balor defeats AJ Styles 8 minutes 48 seconds. I just looked and it's on the second page and it's about, I don't know, 10 things down on Cage Match. And I just searched feverishly through the the first page and it's all tag team titles and it's him losing on house shows. He's losing dark matches to Jey Uso, Rey Mysterio, Gunther on house shows. He's defending the tag titles, Royal Rumble, Elimination Chamber. Um, yeah, dude, that was the last time he won a singles match was September 15th, 2023.
That is fucking 605 days.
Yeah.
Balor has
Dude, he's
not
losing dark
won.
matches on house shows.
Bro, I'm just saying, man, that's what he signed up for. The
Yeah.
guy said, I'm happy to be the jester. So then be the jester. I hope that you get paid very well because he could have been having matches with Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay. But
Mm-hmm.
that's the kind of thing, like, if you're an artist and art is what you're worried about, then you will go make art because you have a place where you can do that now. But if you want to get paid and do that, then you can come here and you can do this, and you don't have a problem with it. And if he doesn't have a
And
problem, I don't have a problem.
and his and yeah, and then his um on the June 26th, 2023 edition of Monday Night Raw from the End Market Arena in Savannah, Georgia. Finn Balor beat Carmelo Hayes 9 minutes 50 seconds, and then he did not win a singles match for 3 months, and now he has not won a singles match in 605 days.
That's crazy. So it was 605 days since he's
Yep,
won his last singles match, but also 3 months before that, there was a. I
yep.
don't know. Like I
Because
said,
he's
he's
when he beat Hayes on Raw, he went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. He went 20 matches, but he did win tag matches with JD McDonough when he was tag champion, but and matches with Damian Priest and Finn Balor, but no singles matches. He went 26 matches in between that June and September date without winning a singles match. But he did. But like I said, he did have a ton of
tag team
and
victories.
tag matches. Yeah,
That was that period of Judgment Day having 6-man tag matches every single fucking week.
yeah. Our truth, Finn Balor and Damian Priest
I remember that.
defeat AJ Styles, Dolph Ziggler in a 2-on-3 handicap match.
God, those were the days. Now we got this R-Truth John Cena program coming that I called and asked for.
You did.
Uh, but Becky Lynch said specifically, "Do you want to know why I walked away from this for almost a year? Because you all asked me to. The last time I won the world championship, I heard the reaction. I saw your comments online, so I stepped away. Because if I'm not here to win the world championship, then why am I here?"
Mm.
I was like, I get what she was going for. I don't know if we landed. I don't know if we. I don't
We
know if
landed
we.
the
I don't
plane,
know
but
if
the
we.
gears broke.
But that was Raw. That was all of Raw, and now we've got our classic, legendary, iconic jobber of the night.
Jill.
Jobber of the night, Mac. I'm gonna let you go first, my brother. Who's your
Uh,
jobber of the night?
I'm gonna go with Julia because I mean
Woo!
on NXT they built Julia up as this like unstoppable just force coming in from Japan, and she was in NXT and she won the championship. Then she got hurt and she had to drop it to Stephanie Vacker, and that was all well and good. And then she came back and she just has not been booked the same since she came back. She's been booked to lose. She's been put with Roxanne Perez, who's been continuously losing on Raw, continuously losing on SmackDown. And now tonight she takes a pin from Rhea Ripley that Rhea didn't even really need. I mean, I thought that they were going to pin Roxanne.
They had Roxanne push Julia into the move. So and then after the after the show, they did a promo backstage where I'm gonna pull it up now. Where Julia is mad at Roxanne. She's pissed off, like, "Bitch, you shoved me into the thing." Mac, I think I lost you. You might have muted yourself.
We came here to make a statement. We came here to make history, and that's not what we did tonight. That's not what we did. We need to refocus. We need to ask for a rematch. We need to talk to Adam Pearce, and then we need to.
Hey. There is no we.
Ugh.
Can you hear me now, John?
I muted myself.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
So yeah, that's done.
That's done. Yeah.
I was gonna say, like you said, or like you were saying, one of the things about Julia that made her so cool was that she is a badass. She's got this aura. It's unique. She can fuck shit up. I don't like these first impressions of Julia on the main roster. I don't like how her and Stephanie Vaquer were kind of put up against each other in real life, and in that way, I feel like there was space to have both of them booked similarly strong. It didn't have to be where we decided Stephanie's the one we're going with. Like there was space for both, and Julia dropping both belts abruptly the way she did, and then coming back so fast after really makes me think like this was done out of caution, and then they kind of resent that they had to do it, and they don't want to put her right back because they feel like maybe they're mad at her or not trusting her right now because of maybe she said I got to get something done and it ended up not being as bad as they thought it was, and now they're like, oh, maybe they're like, oh, she was just complaining or whatever, which is
Yeah.
crazy to say about somebody like fucking Julia, who we watched on Tuesday bump onto her fucking neck
Yeah.
like, and then continue to finish the match and take another match, fucking bump onto her shoulders, almost her neck again. um but it feels like it. That's just what it feels like from the outside. I don't know what's going on. I don't like the way things happen with her in NXT, and I don't like the way she's got pinned here tonight. Uh, I gotta agree with you there. Uh, I honestly gotta go with her as my jobber tonight too, for the same reason. It's like this sucks. She hit a Northern Lights bomb to no reaction. I want to fucking choke 16,000 people at the same time. I was spitting on your fucking faces. How dare you? Northern Lights bomb is cool as fuck in general. Like, what are you watching? Like, what did you come here for? I don't know. It's okay. I'm calm. I'm cool.
Yeah.
Job of the night though, and that brings us to our megastar. Oops, that's not a megastar. That's Gilbert. Megastar. Oops.
Whoa, John. The budget, man.
He's just blowing through it. We're at the end of the show. We got some change left over. But yeah, Mac, megastar of the night. Who was your guy or girl?
So megastar of the night is Chad Gable. I think that he is doing a tremendous job of not only wrestling as Chad Gable, but like you said, doing the diving headbutt and keeping people's mind on El Grande Americano, even if he isn't on the show. I don't know if they did speed before the show or whatever, but whatever.
I hope not.
Yeah.
Can't
So
be doing speed before a show.
yeah. literal John. But yeah, just the way that he's been, his character development, the way he's been wrestling. I mean,
Okay.
we all know that Chad Gable's great, but to come in and work with somebody the level of Penta, Pentagon, Penta El Zero, Mero, Pentagon Dark, and to stay toe to toe with him is really a testament to how great of a wrestler Chad Gable is. I'm still salty that Sami Zayn got his spot at WrestleMania throughout the whole Gunther Continental Championship thing. But I'm really glad that there's a spotlight on him right now, even if it is in the mid card. It's still a good place for him to be because he's making it feel important with his character work with both characters.
It's hard to disagree with that. My megastar of the night, megastars, the Young Boys, Creed brothers. I love to see them. I love to see them grow. Like when they got called up, I was like, why? Like, why did you do that? Like they had so much time left in the oven. Why did you take them out so soon? And so I like that they didn't give up on them, even though they're clearly learning on the job. You know what I'm saying? Like on the
Yeah,
main roster, learning as they go along. I don't know what made them make that decision. I'm still baffled by it because I feel like we've got a lot of lost time now. They could have been on NXT, getting more reps on television and getting more familiar in front of the audience. But on Raw, they kind of disappear for a little while, and then they show up out of nowhere. Now they got to win, and I'm
yeah,
just happy to see them. They looked great. Hopefully, this can continue for them, this momentum. And I mean, they have the triple threat match now, and I hope they're not just in there to get pinned. But
yeah. I mean,
it's my mega stars of the night. And yeah, man, that's Monday Night Raw. But I did want to bring attention to. I didn't upload the damn graphic. Oh, good goddamn. Anyway, we're interviewing Will Ospreay next week. If you're into that kind of stuff, join us. We're gonna have a
Sicko.
whole ass interview with Will Ospreay just before AEW's Double or Nothing weekend. So that's gonna be awesome. And of course, this is Dirt Sheet Radio, where you can find us live every fucking day. Every good goddamn day. We're live Monday after Raw, as you were with us tonight. Tuesday after NXT. Wednesday, we're live with Dirt Sheet Radio, including Dynamite recap on that show, and 7 days of pro wrestling news getting spoken about between the guys. It's always fun. You can listen to that Wednesday night or Thursday morning on your drive to work, or whatever the fuck you want. It's on demand. Impact on Thursday nights, Friday night, SmackDown, and pay-per-view weekends, as always. Mac is going to be with us all weekend. He said he's going to be an Impact. That's what I heard.
I'll be on NXT in the Wednesday show. Thursday, I unfortunately won't be there, but I'll be there for Friday.
He will be here on Friday. Thursday, he found a dentist appointment.
I found a friend that's been very angry that I haven't hung out with him in a couple of months, so we're doing that.
He's like, who's available on Thursday? Get me out of here. But yeah, man, thank you for joining us. It's been a great episode. A lot of you here tonight. I appreciate it. It's the middle of the fucking night. Have a good night. Mwah! I fucking love you. Thank you. I have a graphic just for you. Good night.